Whoa, we're back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and we're going to be gearing out Ulquiorra. I think that's, why wait on it? We did do one thing in the meantime. We did melt down those 4 core stamps that I said we were holding on to. I mentioned in the previous video during the poll video that when I was going for his core stamp, I ended up pulling 4 dupes that I just didn't care about. It was SR plus Grimjaw, SR plus Ulquiorra, it was Tosin's, and then I think I had one more just left over that I don't remember who it was. It was like a 4th one that I didn't care about. But either way, a bunch of stuff that I was not going to use, and I figured I would just put it into our boy instead. If you didn't know, I'm a big Ulquiorra fan, so getting more into him will make me happy. You don't have to do that. I'm not saying that you have to dupe at his core stamp. I'm just saying that I want to dupe at his core stamp because I am a big Ulquiorra fan. We are going to be looking for attack percent. We're going to be looking for spirit damage. We're going to be looking for crit rate, crit damage, and ult charge rate primarily. I think that's really it as far as our requirements are, but let's just get into it. Did I ever read his weapons here? But increases spirit damage by 50%. It's really good. 3-piece gives each time the character deals spirit damage, their technique damage increases by 2.5. Whenever they release a technique, their ult damage increases by 2.5. This effect lasts 20 seconds and stacks up to 15 times. It's really powerful. We have a lot here. I guess we'll just go with the 50% off and just see what we get, right? Like, we'll just use 1,000 and just see what we get. Yeah, there's not really any other reason to, like, go anywhere else. I mean, yeah, targeted crafting. We don't even have the materials, right? Not for a few more days. We will get targeted crafting in a few days. If you want to wait to craft your character, there will be targeted crafting in a few days. Should be 4. But, so if you're someone who's new and you're like running out of resources, don't feel too bad because you could just wait for the targeted materials to come back in the shop. Let me actually show them just so that, there's some consistency here. But it's not this one. Don't spend your jade on targeted crafting materials. There's a monthly version. Where is it? Is exchange zone? Here it is. Monthly version with the Koban. Yes, the Koban, which you get for the victory of duels. It's the same one you use for your stamp nexus. After a few months of playing, you will just be able to infinitely get this. Essentially, there will never be really a problem of getting this every month. So 4 days if you want to wait on it. Let's not dilly-dally any longer, though. Let's not yap any longer. Let's just get straight to it. We're going to go here. We're going to go to this guy. 50% off. 1,000. Bang. And let's see what we get. So, again, spirit damage, attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, ult charge, and, of course, attack percent on the substats. Nothing there. Nothing. We're going to go fast. Nothing there. Actually, I mean, this is not great, but if we end up getting really shafted, we might actually want this in the long run. So I'm just going to keep it just as like a bad piece of OK gear. I would rather 3 stats line up. 3 stats don't really line up here. Well, I guess 3 literally do. I was talking about the substats, but we'll grab that just in case, again, the stats go really badly. The rolls go badly. Slash damage attack, but it's flat attack. Go down. Strike is nothing. Thrust is nothing. Slash, crit damage, ult charge could be good, but sadly no. Thrust. Spirit. It's not good. Thrust is nothing. We're going to be working. Ult charge, crit rate, attack percent. I mean, that could be good. What was that one? Oh, it's a bad spirit one. Nothing there. We're going to go fast. Spirit, attack is not good enough. If it was even just crit rate plus like instead of the flat attack, I would have taken it. That's defense. We're probably gonna go for crit rate here. I mean, obviously, getting as close to 100% crit rate as possible on this character is optimal. In fact, getting over 100% crit rate on this character seems optimal. So, do keep that in mind as your sort of baseline. HP, attack percent. It's always the second piece that eludes me, Ailment. We're going to probably go for attack percent here, but if it's a really good ult charge, if it's like an ult charge with perfect substats, attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, and then more ult charge, I'll take it. But if it's just ult charge, like this is nothing. If it's just ult charge plus a bunch of random stats, I won't take it. Could have been something. I will say that as far as Ulquiorra's gearing goes, the fact that you could go ult charge does make it seem like he's a less needy character to build, but we'll have to see. I mean, maybe I'll eat my words and I'll just pull nothing. I mean, right now I'm getting essentially nothing, so that is one of the many things that can happen when you're just doing these craft alongs, you know? Ult charge, attack percent, crit damage. If this was crit rate, perfect. But sadly not. Attack was flat there. Defense. Ult charge, but nothing else to work with, really. Looks like we're on our first one, and we didn't really get anything. Ult charge, crit damage. If it was attack percent as like a third substat, I would have taken it. Attack percent, ult charge is nothing. Ult charge, attack percent is nothing. I would like crit rate on one of these if I'm going to take it, so... There's our first roundup. The only pieces we really walk away with is this piece right here, which is the like loser piece, and this piece right here if it gets really dire. So that's just how it goes when it comes to doing this. Let's go again. Thrust, man. Oh, this on spirit damage or attack percent would have gone crazy. Same here. I would have taken that. I would have taken that on spirit damage or attack percent. So sad. Can I get a crit rate piece, by the way? I literally didn't hit it. I think, by the way, if you're new or returning, this is the spot to use your like your targeted crafting materials, because getting crit rate on this second piece is like impossible. Especially if you're not like a whale. Like, here we go. Finally, crit rate, crit damage. I mean, I'll have to hold on to it just in case. It's literally the only one I've seen so far. Crit rate, attack percent is nothing. Crit rate, attack percent, ult charge. I'll might as well hold on to it. Attack percent is kind of nothing. Attack percent, attack percent, ult charge, flat attack. Attack percent, crit rate, ult charge. It's kind of nothing, but we'll lock it because if we get desperate, it is what it is. Flat attack, and then nothing. So now we can go into the filtering. It's time to convert some stamps. So thankfully, though, we can just do... Can I just press confirm? Okay. I mean, yeah, just do all of them. Let us get in there. Quick add. Lego. Oh, thank God they added this, man. Nothing. HP. Attack percent, but it's nothing. Ooh. If this just had ult charge or attack percent, would have been up to the heavens, dog. Like, come on. So close. And I'm not saying that I'm looking for ult charge as the main stat. I'm just saying that I would take it. In this case, it's just nothing, though. Flash is not a stat we're looking for. Obviously, crit damage is not the stat we're looking for. Attack, HP, defense. Sad days out here. Sad days at the OK Corral, dog. Sad days. Defense. Thrust. Spirit. Attack percent, crit rate, but ailment. Damn. Crit rate, but just nothing substats. Dude, if I get even like a modicum of like, please stop giving me ailment. I feel like I've gotten ailment on all of these. Slash HP. Crit damage is nothing. Oh my god, if these two were attack percent. Even if one of them was attack percent, honestly. Really didn't even need to be big. We do have 500 con we've been saving, so no chance of running out in this session at least. Ooh. Ooh, that's the big one. Crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. HP is not great, but that is the best one we've gotten by far. So I will take that. Considering we have gotten nothing else. Ult charge, attack percent, crit damage is not what we're looking for. Not the combination. Sadly. So very sadly. Can I move my light here? Spear damage, actually. Ult charge, crit rate. Meh. Attack percent, flat attack, crit damage, ult charge. I mean, we're not really looking... The second pieces can kind of come and go at this point. Ailment is not good. Attack percent, crit damage. I'm just going to hold on to this because it might be all we got. It might come to a point where it's all we got, man. Anything here? Spirit, but it's just nothing. Attack percent, ult charge, crit damage, attack. I'd be more likely to lock this if it was crit rate, but because it's not crit rate, I'm not going to do that. So instead we can move on here. Ult charge, flat attack. Got the attack percent, but an attack again, no. Invite you to join challenge. Sorry, gangy. I cannot show sessions right now. I am recording. But shout out to the people who invite me to stuff, because I do appreciate it. I do show up. I do try to show up when I am free, but a lot of times when I get on the game, I'm recording something or I'm like grinding something, you know, very specific. So sorry if you invite me and I'm just not available. But hey, you're gonna get a little free shout out. Oh, they were lucky. I turned them down and I got this. Hey, this one's for you. This one's for you right here. This one's for you. You did that. Ult charge, crit damage, attack percent. Now, mind you, I think that ult charge is probably worse than attack percent main stat here, but you cannot question these perfectly rolled stats here. Ult charge again, but I mean, why would I even? It's literally worse than the other ones. Oh, nah, oh, so close. I mean, this one tried. That's probably my third piece for now, unless I literally hit that piece of gear, but attack percent. That's probably just the piece I'm using. Nothing there. HP there. Spirit damage, but no flat, but it's just flat attack. Crit damage. So now we're looking for piece 1 and piece 2. We're not really looking for piece 3 anymore. If we get a piece 3 that's crazy, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, boo-hoo. But I am sort of just looking for these 2 pieces. Crit damage. You know, this is sort of the loop you get into really fast. It's just quick checking. We did a quick check of these, saw the attack percent, but nothing there. I can't believe that happened after I turned down that invite. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty crazy. That person was a little bit of a good luck charm. A little bit of a good luck charm there, so that's pretty cool. Hack percent here, huh? Keep going. We got a lot of money. We got a lot of items, so might as well. Flat attack. Why not? Ult charge, crit rate. Not bad. Attack percent, crit rate, crit damage. Ooh. I like that. I do like that. Obviously, that has to dodge the defense, but I'm not mad about that. Crit rate. Ult charge again. Pretty. Oh my god, that's pretty monster piece, but it's just slightly worse, or it's just objectively worse because there's the defense there. But I am very interested in taking a version of that piece with percent attack, though. I will say that. Crit damage, ult charge is so close. Crit rate and nothing else. That second piece is gonna haunt me, man. That second piece is gonna haunt me until the end of this run through. I will say that it is not locking up. Spirit, crit damage, not enough. Anytime I see ailment, I just close out the box here. But yeah, I've watched a little bit of Ulquiorra since the last time I've recorded. I've seen his rotations. I made a tweet over on Club Vilone, if you want to follow me on Twitter, that just talking about my brief impressions of Ulquiorra, and I do think Aizen is on the way out. Aizen can't be staying for much longer. I think Aizen is on the way out. I think this might be the last time Aizen's banner reruns for a bit, maybe, and it's because we're kind of gonna be over Aizen in the next like few releases. I think almost certainly we get a Spirit Tactics character from the TYBW launch, because yeah, I Aizen has some very glaring issues if he's not the main DPS. It's just because he's an older character at this point. He feels old now, which is a crazy thing to think about because Aizen, I mean, his animations are great, his damage is good, but if he's not the hero of the fight, if he's not literally leading the fight, he just feels aged out now. Crit rate, ult charge is good, but not quite good enough. He just feels aged out now. He just feels old. He feels like a character who's wasting too much time. And we're moving into a meta where I think the best DPSs are a little bit selfish. And I think it's good that these DPSs are more selfish because for a while, we've been playing with mostly unselfish DPS characters. And it's created sort of a power imbalance where tactics characters were the primary power in the game. Whereas I think now we're sort of getting towards really strong full DPSs, like full assault characters, and I do like that. You know, I don't want the game to just be ruled by tactics characters. I think characters like White Ichigo, Soifon are just gapping. I have to lock that because that is the flat attack crit rate crit damage I was talking about. It's not the best, you know. I'm not gonna say I'm happy about that instead of getting another good stat, but it is what it is. Again, we're mostly just looking for attack percent plus 3 good stats. I mean, this piece is really good, but it's literally a worse piece of the ones we already have, so it's not worth doing anything with. We've spent quite a bit of gold at this point. Quite a bit of my gold. This is why you stock up before a new character comes out. This is why... Ooh. That's the one we wanted. Defense is there, obviously. So long as it doesn't hit the defense several times, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Again, your gear can always get a little bit better, can always be more perfect, but we must make do. Crit rate, ult charge is pretty good, but not here. Ult charge, attack percent, crit rate. It's just a worse version of the one I already have. Ult charge. The reason I'm not saving these to see how they roll is mostly because they're a worse version of one I have, and they could just be getting fed back in, right? So why bother? Spirit damage, crit rate is not quite there. Ult charge again. Yeah, we're kind of winding down. We're We're running out of pieces to feed in. We've got a chunk more. You know, we got a bit more. We got a few more of these to do before we probably call it and just see what we end up with. Slash damage is nothing, sadly. Crit rate, crit damage. Attack percent would look so juicy, by the way, if you want to send me something. But yeah, back to my original point. I think Aizen's just kind of out. Just from the little I've watched, I haven't seen a ton. I haven't, like, you know, spoiled myself on all the rotations and everything yet. But I do think that Aizen is starting to show his age quite a bit. And it's to the point where I really wouldn't recommend duping Aizen, pulling your first Aizen now, unless he's just a character you want. But do understand that we get enough to pull one of each character. And I'm probably going to do a should you pull video, but let's just say it here, because if you're here, you're probably trying to build your character, you're trying to follow along with me. We get enough to pull a character and their weapon each banner, probably a little bit more during this period, especially if you're new. That said, if you start taking it as like, okay, I'm going to pull Ulquiorra, his weapon, Aizen, his weapon, Zael, his weapon, you've sort of eaten up your expenses, right? Even if you have like more story mode to do, more this to do, more that to do. And especially if you start talking dupes, it gets expensive really quickly for a free-to-play or even a low-spending player. I really wouldn't bank on Aizen currently. Not because I don't think he's good in general. This is a pretty good piece. I'm gonna hold on to that. Not because I don't think he's good in general. Oh, slightly worse. But I think what he's trying to do... If you're someone who's like, I'm here to play Ulquiorra, I do think Aizen is going to be a character you're replacing very quickly. Now, does that mean the next character who releases? No. Does that mean the next, like, 2 characters that release? Maybe not even then. But within the next 3 characters, I would suspect Aizen is on his way out. That is my suspicion. I think it will come during TYBW. I think it could be Rukia. I think it could be Uryu. I think it could be any manner of characters. It could be Arabelle, maybe right after that. Maybe if they want to do 3 characters and go to Arabelle. Maybe. But I do think he's on the way out. I think I've never felt more certain that Aizen is on the way out than I do with the release of this character who just feels so, like, full of effort. So full of effort. And I don't think they used all of this effort just for him to have a weak tactics character. I think much like when they released Soifon and the plan was that they're going to release Grimjo right after, they know exactly what they're doing and they're going to sell you the problem. And the problem at this point is Aizen on this team. And then they're going to sell you the solution, which is, you know, Bankai Rukia. You know what I mean? Like Uryu, something like that. And I'm pretty certain of that. How many more we got? Okay, we're winding down for real this time. And check something. Okay. We only got 6, does that say? This is the last bit. Okay, let's do 6 more. Last little bit, and then we'll go see what we get. So looks like nothing to end off with. Yeah, pretty much nothing to end off with. Well, there is our. Actually, I guess we should finish off with these as well. I mean, I could just do this or something. I think piece 1 is the piece I'm worse about, so let's just go for it. Defense, strike, attack percent. I'll probably go back to that one just because I do have a piece like that. Let's see, can I find it? Yeah, it's right here. The rest of these are nothing. Can these blues turn into anything? 2 to 4 stars. Sort of, yeah, no. And can these be junked? This will be the last little bit, so. Okay. Last little bit. So, no. Thrust, I mean, that'd be cool, but no. And no. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's go level up. I'm going to equip the ones I think are worth it, and we'll come back in when that's done. So these are the ones I went with. Attack percent, crit damage, crit rate with a defense dead stat, crit rate percent, crit damage percent, attack percent with an HP dead stat, and the perfect third piece that can roll any which way and it'll probably be good. The only thing I would replace this for is an insane rolled attack percent main stat. So something like this with ult charge on the advanced stat, crit damage, crit rate, probably. But I don't see myself. So we can do this one first. It doesn't really matter how this one rolls too much. It will probably be usable. Crit rate's very good. See it here. Crit damage is very good. See here. Attack percent's pretty good. So like I said, doesn't really matter. We have more than once. Ultimate damage up is pretty good, I think. So I think technique damage might be the best in slot, but I don't really have any opinion which way. But we get 40% up to 50% essentially. Let's round up 0.4. So 50% ult charge, 11% crit rate, 23% crit damage, and some attack percent. Looks pretty good to me. Let's do piece 1 next. So we're just trying to dodge the defense. We can hit 1 defense. We do get crit damage. It's fine. Crit rate. We get the attack percent, that's fine. And crit rate. Oh, yes, that's perfect. We're going to go ahead and plus that one then. That's perfect. And we get special attack, full assault, increases damage dealt by special attacks, full assault characters. The effect is further enhanced by 7.5%. That's really good. He uses a lot of special attacks, so that seems really good to me. Of course, he has a defense dead stat, but this does look like a really good piece of gear. No ult charge, but c'est la vie. And I went with this piece. We have a second piece that is literally just this one again. I don't know. This one's locked. It's terrible, though. We could go this one is worse, but we could go it. This is the piece that essentially is this piece, but, you know, HP instead of def. So I went with this. Oh, I could go this piece. No crit damage, but I could go that piece. But I think I'll probably go here. And if we hit HP, we leave. And okay, so crit rate is really good. Can I get another crit rate? HP. Let's stop there. Let's stop there. Let's try the other one. The other one that's essentially the same, but defense. If I hit defense, I leave. Crit damage is good. Can I get a little crit rate? Attack percent is good. Can I get a little crit rate? That's the piece. Okay, we're going to go with that for now. We are going to go with that for now. Not too bad. We have plenty of stars. Basic attack, full assault. I don't really think that one is quite as valuable, but we will take that for now. We're going to go ahead and equip that. So equip that one. Nice, 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 nice. So, we can go ahead and unlock that one because we probably will not use it. This we can unlock because we probably will not use it. This one we will unlock because we'll probably not use it. We can go here. Can we check? This has no value to me for now. If I was going to replace this, it's going to be with an actual banger perfect piece. This has no value to me. This has no value to me. These are all like the scared pieces. These were my scaredy cat pieces where I was like, oh, what if I don't hit anything? This one doesn't have attack percent on the substat. This one doesn't have attack percent on the substat. So these are my pieces so far. I think that's pretty good. Again, my power is going to be a little inflated because I do have the core stamp too, but let's see what we end up with. 38,553 is pretty nice. Pretty nice. 4,700 attack. We have a crit rate of 86.5%, a crit damage of 119%. Remember that this does not factor in any other crit rate boosts. So when crit rate exceeds 100%, we get crit damage, and we get his spirit damage increases by 0.3 up to 30% here, and it's only counting this 15% here. So I don't believe it's counting the ult charge here because it's at start of the battle. So we have 0.4% up to 55%. In total, we have 189%. Not the worst. So I don't think that is being counted at all currently. I don't think so. And lastly, is there any crit rate here? There is crit rate here when we're in Resurrection. So that is another boost we're getting. So at it all in total, summed to the highest point, we should be at 100% crit rate in the battle. But I will, of course, have to look over that and just get a estimate of how that actually works. I'm not entirely sure, but I think at nearly 87% crit rate, we should be at 100% when we're actually fighting. And we'll continue to, we'll do what we need to do to get him there in time, if not, but I don't think those pieces are bad. 2 crit rate here, crit rate max here with 2 crit rate there, and 2 crit rate there. I mean, at a minimum, that feels, I mean, I don't know, I feel like that feels good. Like, he should at least be at 100% crit rate while in Resurrection 2, I think. So, we'll see, but that's my Ulquiorra, 38,553. Where is he? He actually outranks my Grimjo. My Grimjo, who does have a boundary 1. Slightly under my... Yeah, slightly under my Grimjo. Or I meant my Kenpachi. Slightly under my Grimjo, who has core stamp 2 here and 1 dupe, by the way. That is why Grimjo is currently that high up. About 1,500 more than my white Ichigo. I'm just sort of comparing him to people in the sphere. And a little bit less than my Soifon, who of course has a dupe and boundary 2. So all in all, not bad. Not too bad. I like it. Also, wait, what does his boundary do again? Okay, so he's gonna get 20% crit rate from this. So he's going to 100% at the start of battle, right? No matter what. That should be right. Sounds good to me. There's the Ulquiorra though. There's the craft along. Took a little while. You know, I don't like to cut these videos. I like to just see my reactions, but you know, you can skip through this video to your leisure. I have been Lone though. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the club, go make it, and peace.